So how can we make sure that we're studying in a more effective way? I would say that there are 3 things which you need to master a language. Number 1, you need as much input as possible. And I'll explain that in a minute. Number 2, you need as much active practice of output as possible. Again, I'll explain that. And then number 3, you need to analyze what you're reading and what you're writing and what you're saying. And then you need to be self-critical of yourself. You need to think about what you're doing wrong, your mistakes, and you need to think about what you're reading. Analyze it. So this is a very important aspect, and it's one thing that a lot of learners in China disregard. They don't analyze so much. They're mainly just either listening or trying to speak, but they're not really thinking about what they're doing wrong. So let's look at input first. So input covers reading and listening. And then obviously the English has to be in you in order to come out of you. In other words, if you don't know something, then you're not going to be able to say it. And if you haven't really learned something, then you're not going to be able to produce it. So number 2 is output, speaking, translation, and writing. So this is something which a lot of learners in China do too little of. It's mainly reading and listening. So we need to do just as much output as input. So this is very important. And then thirdly, analysis and self-criticism. So think about what you're reading. Think about the differences between the English text that you're reading and your own language, Chinese. Analyze what the differences are. What is different about it? And then criticize what you read, criticize what you say and what you write. So it's very important to make a lot of mistakes and to think about these mistakes in order to improve.